Today, our topic is creation and evolution with the students. So, let's start by introducing ourselves. Let me start with myself. My name is Oere Barledun Prosper. I'm in my last semester and also I'm the chief librarian. Okay, so let's start from you.
I am by name Godia Teku, last semester student too.
My name is Charles Wisdom, also a student of Providence Baptist College and Seminary.
My name is Inyobon Ipe. I am a third semester student of Providence.
My name is Annie Shekaina Glory. I'm a student of Providence Baptist College.
Once again, welcome to talk with the librarian. So today, like we all know, we are looking at creation and evolution. I want to give you some foundation. The reason why we have decided to do this is because, like I said in the advert, that a student came to the library and picked up this book. Why won't they listen? So the student read and entered into argument with his roommate, and the argument was is evolution science, and one was saying evolution is not science, one was saying evolution is science. So the matter got to me, and we decided to have a panel to address this issue. So today we are going to look at creation and evolution, and we're going to find out if evolution is science or not. So with this brilliant and wonderful student that with me, not that they are not the only brilliant, we have other one, but they're the one who qualified to be in the library today. So what is creation? And I mean the doctrine of creation and evolution. Wisdom is, I think, is going to give us more about that, creation and evolution. So, and before Wisdom will tell us, I also want to point to you what this book also said and why the topic is important. Now, this book said in America, in the 1960s and in the 1970s, we see that Christianity was going very high, it was booming. But if you go to America today, go to England today, the level of Christianity has gone down. What is the reason? Evolution is one of the major reasons. Because the propaganda, the supporter of evolution have put it in every subject to make sure that people believe that evolution is science. So it is something that we need to also think about, in Nigeria here. So we want to find out, want to hear from Wisdom, what science is and what is evolution, and how is evolution is not science.
We'll be looking at definition of evolution, and after some research from this book, I was able to get some definition of evolution. Actually, there are different aspects of evolution, if you see. And we have the chemical evolution. They believe that other elements originated from hydrogen. Other higher elements originated from hydrogen. And we have cosmic evolution. We believe also about the origin of time, space, and matter from the Big Bang. And the Big Bang is, they believe that is an event that happened about 3 or 5 billion years ago, where something just come up and it exploded, and from chaos, order came. And I don't even understand that, because if you look at it very much, from chaos, the Big Bang is an explosion, and they try to defend that from that explosion, the space came to be, solar system, galaxy, which brought about order. And they have also the stellar and planetary evolution, which also involved the origin of stars and planets, also from the Big Bang. And they have the organic evolution, which is the origin of life from inanimate matter. And this, they believe that life was from an inanimate matter, a matter that did not have life, that there was no life in it. And they have macroevolution, which is the origin of major kind, humans, dogs, and all those things. And the microevolution, and this is the one that has been observed to be true. It is variation within kind. I will give an example. If you look at a rose flower, there are different types of rose flower. Why are they different? They adapt due to their environment, due to their climate. They try to adapt by changing their self, their kind. So they have different kinds. This is called microevolution. And it is somehow, it has been observed and it has been seen as something that is true. And the 5 meaning I believe by faith and religion, the first 5 meaning that I said, it is just faith. And it is a religion. Evolution is a religion in itself. It's a belief about the past, about how all these things came to be. And they try to say that God does not exist, but they themselves, they have their own religion, and their own God is time themselves. And they believe that with time, all these things happen. Given enough time, all these things can come to be. They say given enough time, order could be created from chaos. Given enough time, matter could bring about life. And all these things came to be, and that is what evolution is. Now, what is science? What is real science? And with science, still from that book, I was able to see that science is the knowledge about the structure and behavior of the natural and physical world based on facts that you can prove. For example, by experiment. It is the study of everyday life. And why is it that we are not falling when we are walking? And we're able to prove that using friction. Why is it that anything that goes up comes down? We're able to prove that using the gravitational field. All these things, this is science. And science has to go through some processes for it to be seen as a fact. And one of the processes you must go is observation. You must first observe. Why is this happening like this? Question, you ask question also, you use part of the observation. Then hypothesis, you may give your own belief. I believe this is why this is happening. And then you experiment on your hypothesis to see whether it's true. And then you analyze your experiment and then you draw a conclusion. And this is what science is. Real science, I believe, was when God said in the Bible, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Science is also attached to creation because I believe creation is part of science. If you look deeply from the Bible, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Now I want to look at why evolution is not science right now. We have defined what science is, we have looked at what evolution is, and now why is evolution not science? Let's use the scientific method to prove this point. Now let us observe. We observe the animals, let us observe humans, let us observe plants, and we observe the stars and the order of how all these things came to be. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and every day it happens like that. We are observing. Then the question is, how did this thing came to be? How did the universe came to be? How is it that the sun rises from the east and rises to the earth? Why is it that it's happening like that? That's the question. And now we have two hypotheses. Two hypotheses now. One, there must be a supernatural being behind all this. That's number one hypothesis. Number two hypothesis is this, and this is what evolution says, that the universe came into being by itself, by purely natural processes. Now we have two hypotheses. One of the hypotheses is there's a supernatural being who designed all these things and make order to come from all these things. And the second hypothesis is that the universe came into being by itself, by purely natural processes. Now the experiments, using the Bible, we see in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 22. I'm going to use the Bible for this. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 22.
So as you're starting from the Bible, so you say that evolution is a religion, but not a science. Wow, I like that.
Isaiah chapter 40, verse 22. I want us to look there. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 22. This is what it says in verse 22. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshopper, that stretch out the heaven as a curtain, and spreaded them out as a tent to dwell in. Isaiah was not a scientist. Isaiah did not know anything. He was just a prophet of God. He did not know much about science. But through the revelation of God, he was able to understand that the earth was round. Now you look at from that part, the earth was round through that revelation. And by that time, there was no science at that time. The Greek philosophy have not come. None of those things have come into being. But Isaiah, through God's revelation, we were able to see that the earth was round. Now looking at Genesis 1 also, if you look from the book of Genesis chapter 1, it says in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. All these things, if you read from the book of Genesis chapter 1 down, you see how God created all these things and how these things came into being. Also in the book of Job, Job also says something that you have hung the earth into nothing. How did Job know that the earth is not on anything, it's just on space? Because through God's revelation also. If you look one way in the book of Job, even Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 6 says something that Solomon was saying that the wind rises from this and goes and settles in this place and returns where it goes. And science are able to prove that is true also. Because if you look at the wind, when the wind is in one place and the sun is hitting on it, the wind tends to move to go to a cooler place. And then if you go to that cooler place, the sun also goes to that place and then it returns to where it is. That's why we have wind. Because of the moving air, because of the sun. And all these things were proven by the Bible. Now let's look at evolution. What evolution tried to say according to their own experiment, they say according to, if you observe, or everything they're trying to say, observe this. If you look at this, giving them much time, giving them much this is true. They do not have a solid fact. They believe the Big Bang. They said giving them enough time. Time is the panacea for all their thousands reasons. Time is the only centered focus. Given enough time. In this year amount, all these things came to be. And it does not have any fact. There is no fact behind all this. And then when we come to an analysis, we analyze the two based on proof and experiment. And this is the conclusion that we can draw.
Thank you. I think that was a good one. I'm going to come to you. That was a good one. Thank you for that passion. I like the way you defend your argument. You know, giving us what science is and what evolution is. I don't know if Godia, do you have something to add to that, to what you just said? Do you agree with him that it's a religion and not science?
Evolution is a religion that is attached to atheism.
Okay.
Yes, because Stalin that based most of his stories is about evolution. So they are all atheists. So I think evolution is a religion that is based on the belief of the atheism.
Okay.
So I think it's a religion actually, just like you said.
So that means they believe that there is no God.
Yes.
Okay.
That everything happens with time.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I don't know, do you have something to add to that? Okay, so you agree with him in all that he said, that science is based on facts and evolution is not factual, right? Okay.
We see Hitler, we see Stalin. These two leaders, they base their principles based on evolution, and they are all atheists. They believe that there is no God. In fact, they are the God. Their government is a God. What they decide, that is just it. So it's a religion, truly, just like you said.
Thank you so much, Brother Wisdom.